There are many 22 long rifles worthy of consideration at the Last Best Plinker. In most cases, 3 categories of 22 rifles emerge when tossing them into piles according to similarities. Those of classic variety with actions of lever, bolt, and 2-feed semi-auto. And there are those of the modern design with composite stocks, detachable box magazines, and aftermarket accessories. And then there is the Ruger 10/22. A classic design of modern, or even epic proportions that everything else is compared to, so it's in the category all. In this exploration, a lightly blinged Ruger 10/22 will go head-to-head with a fairly trick but almost stock Smith & Wesson M and P1522. Now this is not a shooting match since neither gun is known as a tack driver, so their performance papers would be the same and likely more of a test of shooter skill or optics power than gun performance. For those who want pure accuracy, look towards the Savage or Marlin bolt action options. This challenge will be to consider the pros and cons of the 10/22 and the M P1522 through the eyes of survivalism, training, and everyday bug-out carry. Now for anyone who thinks this is not a fair fight for some reason, the 10/22 first went on sale in 1964, and the first AR-15 changed hands for money 5 years earlier in 1959. Needless to say that the histories of these two rifle styles have had plenty of time to sort out their personal lives. I'll admit, however, that the M P1522 is still a kindergartner in its current AR iteration. Both actions are spring-loaded blowback semi-autos, both are proprietary design, and both have stellar reputations for delivering the goods downrange when needed. Giving the nod to one gun over the other is a tough call since there is a 50-year history of reliability on Ruger's side. But the AR simplicity for access and cleaning is on Smith's side. In this case, I'm leaning towards the M P1522 just because teardown and cleaning of the Ruger action is not fun, nor something you ever enjoy doing in the field. In fact, you would think that in 5 decades of pumping out 10/22s, Ruger would have evolved the design to be more consumer maintenance friendly since the ammo has not cleaned up its act, still shooting dirty after all these years. Not to mention that it requires a couple tools to even access the innards, so I think the M P1522 wins so far. Like the R15, the bolt on the 1522 locks open on the last shot, allowing faster and simpler reloads. However, a major oversight, in my opinion, was for Smith & Wesson to use a plastic charging handle. The thing is flimsy, and based upon a few reports of breakage, it seems too brittle to mimic an aluminum handle in such a critical part. In fact, S&W even recommends in the fine print of the M P1522 instruction manual to be gentle with it. Well, they do not quite say that outright, but read between the lines of note, pull the charging handle by both sides uniformly. What do you think? I cannot remember that particular request with my S&W M15, the AR that the M P1522 copies. But when I dug through its instruction manual, sure enough there was a line buried in a block of text with no fanfare except parentheses. The Ruger 10/22 definitely wins the stock options debate, mostly because the action is removable from the stock while the lower receiver on the Smith limits the stock choices at point of purchase. In fact, the main differences between the various M P1522 models mostly involve the stock, whether by color or brand. Magpul is on the bandwagon with its adjustable stocks and pistol grips. But in reality that is only because of the M P1522/R15 interchangeability. So I guess if you consider being stuck in the world of adjustable AR stocks as a good thing, the M P1522 might win this. But if you want to completely change the stock design from adjustable to target, to conventional, to folding, then Ruger wins. The durability of a fixed stock over a folding or sliding one is the same consideration as comparing fixed and folding knives. It is a matter of quality and use. If you need the stock to bash in the heads of zombies, I'd suggest a stout hardwood. But if you're going to carry the gun for miles on end, in all weather, with little concern for anything gentle, then a composite polymer stock is the best. Plus it fits a range of users from child to adult. In fact, in the non-zombie world, the only advantage wood has over synthetic, in my opinion, is that you are always carrying around a chunk of firewood. Think about it. You could make quite a few feather sticks from your wood stock before it snaps in half when the gun is fired. But it will likely break under its own weight before the recoil of a 22 would make a difference. The form of the classic Ruger 10/22 has always been a disappointment to me. The barrel band is the antithesis of a floating barrel, and the utter lack of attachment points make a traditional 10/22 a questionable modern survival rifle. If the cost of a 10/22 hovered around $100, I could forgive the design. But since the street price is 2 or 3 times higher, I expect a little more modernization. The handguard on the M and P1522 is a non-easily interchangeable polymer quad rail. While it looks and acts just like its metal counterparts, the plastic feel and potential durability or lack of makes me think twice about attaching any major stress appliances like a QD adapter. There is a subtle but noticeable flex in the handguard when you add an accessory that gives you a longer lever arm like a vertical grip or bipod. But remember, the upper receiver, the lower receiver, the stock, and the handguard are all plastic, so being lightweight is the positive trade-off. I hope you found this video helpful. It's my pleasure if you are helped a little at least. If you have anything to query for, please comment us below. Thank you for watching this video.